Let's get more on these shocking developments. Matt Murphy's a former senior deputy district attorney in Orange County, California, so you know California law. What do you make of this case thus far?
Well, all of these are tough. Okay, these are always difficult, especially when it boils down to essentially the word of these two little boys against his. So this new allegation of this young woman from Sacramento who's allegedly...
We should point out that while the father just came forward, apparently there is some sort of documentation that this happened several years ago, that there was a report of it.
Right. So if this case is being prosecuted in California, this would be very powerful evidence for the prosecution. The thing is, California has what's known as Evidence Code Section 1108, which allows a prosecutor to present evidence of other allegations or other crimes of sexual misconduct. New Mexico does not have that law. In fact, New Mexico refused to pass that back in the day, and they used the federal system, which essentially, or the federal evidence code, basically, that prohibits what they call propensity evidence. So this is going to be a very interesting judicial call.
Warner Brothers, the Hollywood studio that was behind this show, The Cleaning Lady, where this alleged abuse happened, says it conducted an investigation into allegations or reports of potential child sexual abuse, and that it found no evidence that anything happened.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I got a problem with that. I really do. That is what you do when there's an allegation of sexual harassment on a movie set. This is a tort law thing where a business or an organization will contract with an outside independent law firm, and somebody will come in and ask around and interview some witnesses and things like that. The investigation into child sexual abuse is a very specialized area that specially trained social workers and police officers are involved. It's not appropriate for something like this. A police officer can get warrants for things like
But warrants for what? There's no evidence.
Computers, looking for child porn, looking for text messages that may exist. They can also do in California what are known as covert phone calls. A covert call is when the detective sits down with the victim and they call the alleged perpetrator and see what his responses are to the questions. A private investigator in California cannot do that. It's actually a misdemeanor for a private investigator. A police officer can do it, but California is a two-party state for phone calls. Each side has to know they're being recorded. So you can't do that. So for Warner Brothers to treat this like a tort, in effect, arguably what they did is they alerted him that there was an allegation potentially. They can't do any of the real, like, gumshoe police work that needs to be done, and then you come up with a bunch of people who go, I didn't see anything, and then suddenly that's the first thing they say. It's like, there was an independent investigation. The general public doesn't know what that means. It's absolutely not the same thing. Yeah,
it doesn't sound like it accomplished much of anything, although it does. This case, like so many of these cases, comes down to two people. I mean, it didn't happen on camera. It didn't happen in front of witnesses. It is one person's testimony against another.
I've prosecuted a bunch of these, and they're always tough. No jury wants to make a finding that somebody's a child molester, and a lot of times it's going to come down to the credibility of these two little kids who are a little older now, but two young boys, and then whatever corroboration that the prosecution can come up with to support those claims.
What is it he is alleged to have done to these boys?
It's essentially over the clothes, touching of their genitals, and the parlance of it. It's groping, but it's a little more than just groping. It's touching their genitals and the area their as the boys described it, their bottoms. Okay, and the way the social workers who are specially trained for these interviews, not a private investigator from some
Warner Brothers
law firm, no, but actual trained professionals. They call it the place your bathing suit covers. That's the parlance that they use, and that's the way the boys essentially describe this. Now, it's also very common for young kids for the allegations to come out over a period of time. So it's not the same as an adult making inconsistent statements. So this one was basically he was tickling us in a weird way at the beginning, and then it evolved into, you know, a complete alleged claim that he touched their genitals. And that's something the defense can take advantage of.
Sure, Busfield says, yeah, I might have tickled them, but that was it. And obviously he denies all the allegations, as we just saw. What do you make of the fact that a warrant for his arrest was issued, and then he sort of disappears, and he pops up a couple days later in New Mexico saying he drove 2,000 miles because he couldn't fly because there was a warrant out for his arrest.
Right. So for lack of a better word, it's weird. Weird is good for the prosecution on that. And what they're going to argue is they're going to say that shows what is known as consciousness of guilt. And consciousness of guilt are things like flight from a crime scene.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.